What is the crack, everyone? In today's episode, I want to discuss the college experience. First thing that comes to mind for me when I think about the college experience is the crack. The people I met, the relationships I made, and most importantly, the nights out. Well, that's how it was for me anyway. There's no doubt, in my opinion, that the college days, they felt like the best days of my life, and I wouldn't change them for the world. But when I think about it logically instead of emotionally, it's a whole different story. Logically, I spent 6 years pursuing a career that only mildly interested me. And mildly is being pretty generous. Yes, biology was my favourite subject in school, but when you're knees deep in a human anatomy lecture of 200 people and you can barely keep your eyes open, it's a completely different story. Or when you have a biochemistry lab and you have to sit through 3 hours of some mundane, monotone lecture rambling on about hydrogen bonds or glucose metabolism. Like, honestly, how can anyone get excited about that shit? It actually amazes me. It just never made sense to me. I used to feel so out of place, and I'd always compare myself to my classmates, looking around at people that are genuinely interested in our modules and who actually wanted to be there. Whereas for me, it was always about hanging in there. It was always a countdown. It just wasn't doing it for me. Honestly, only for the 3 nights a week and sometimes 4 nights a week of going out partying, I think I would have dropped out after 2 years. The drinking was an escape from reality. My reality was I really couldn't give a fuck about the material we were studying. Drinking allowed me to forget about my reality, to forget about how unfulfilled I was about my course. And it just allowed me to be present and to actually enjoy myself. Then when I was hungover, 90% of the week, I would start to miss the majority of my lecture. And as bad as the anxiety was from the drink alone, now I was also missing all my lectures and watching Snapchats in bed of everyone either in the library or at lectures. This led to twice the amount of anxiety all year long. And to be honest, this went on for 6 years. 6 years I would go out 3 or 4 nights a week and the anxiety was just ongoing. But the real problem came around when I graduated from NUIG with a fancy piece of paper and I still felt none the wiser. I'm thinking to myself now, okay, what's the plan? Most people go on to do a master's, sure, I might as well do the same. It's good old crack, to be fair. And here we go again. Rinse and repeat for another year over in Glasgow. Going out 3 or 4 nights a week, not really having much interest in what I'm studying, and ultimately dissatisfied overall. So now, fast forward to January 2023. I'm graduated with 2 degrees, 2 fancy pieces of paper, but still I feel none the wiser. Then I get my first real job as a quality engineer. I'm thinking to myself, quality engineer, this will be great. But after 6 years of unsatisfied study, now I have a job related to this study. But here's the catch, I can't go out 3 nights a week to forget about reality. I'm stuck, I have to be up in the morning, there's no sleeping in this time, although sometimes, a lot of time there was. Now the penny starts to drop. I'm lost, I don't know what to do, I'm anxious. People, once again, like at college, people at board meetings are excited about the projects that they're doing, and there's me counting down the minutes until I get to go home again. So the big question here is, why did this happen? How did I fall into this trap? And what I've come to the conclusion is, I never actually sat down and dissected my goals and interests. I never figured out what my idea of fulfillment actually was. These questions never got asked. I fell into the traditional trap. Go to school, go to college, get a job, and the biggest lesson I've learned from this is that you can choose the life you want, or else it's going to get chosen for you. So ultimately, the sooner you can figure out what you enjoy doing, the sooner you will start doing what you enjoy. And most of all, start living life on your own terms. That's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed. I would absolutely love if you liked and subscribed, and I will see you in